All right, everyone, hello, and welcome back to yet another Monster Hunter Rise Math DPS comparison, this time with the Gunlance. Interesting weapon. Gonna tell you right now that worm steak, it's better. It's so good, I'm not even upset that I missed that one right there. On average, this is one of the higher DPS weapons I've gone through in terms of the demo. I like it. I like the changes a lot. I like that the worm steak feels usable now. It feels really worth using. I like that it appears that we get load up as default. So that's pretty good. It always felt really weird having to use like capacity up or load up, especially in the older games when you'd only get like one extra shell. Didn't really feel worth it. So let's get started. Standard triple poke combo. Resetting with a shot. XXXA, not something you're going to use that often, but honestly, relative to other attacks and with how consistent the damage is, it comes out safely enough that it's probably okay. Slap combos, of course, this takes quite a commitment. Spacing can, of course, be a little bit awkward at times unless you've got like an armpit you can wedge yourself in. Damage ends up being better than our poke shell. You'll see here DPS goes up to 36.8, which is really pretty good. We're not even using our shells at this point. This is actually extremely sharpness efficient. You know, when you go through and you compare it towards other types of weapons and in terms of what they have to do in terms of the amount of damage that they're getting on average per hit. So I'm not necessarily sure. There's no way to tell. All right, so we got to talk about it. Gunlance in the demo in general, in every demo we've ever had, always seems much better than it does in the main game because you're fighting something in low rank. Sometimes they just give you arbitrarily better shelling levels anyways. So we don't know. It could be okay. It could not be okay. Next up is the full burst combo. This is the same thing as the slap combo, except at the bottom of every slam, we do a full burst. So because we've got 6 shells and each shot does 16 damage, it's extra 96 damage added to that combo. So we can see doing that, our DPS does go up to 45.2 DPS. Again, this is like, you know, we're not using any wire bugs or anything here. This is just straight up damage. Interesting thing here, of course, being is those shells will do true damage wherever you go. So if for whatever reason you're facing Mitsu's tail or Mitsu's doing the swirl attack, you're not quite sure whether or not you're going to hit that head or not, yeah, throw one of these out. Throw out the shotgun slam. Okay, next up, charge shelling to stake. So if you hold back and press A after a charge shell, you get a stake out very quickly. So the DPS comparison here, I'm not going to include the time it's going to take for you to reload your stake. I'm assuming you're going to find time to do it on its own. Insane damage. Really crazy damage. You know, it also seems like the stake now, I can't really tell or not whether or not it actually does like deplete your sharpness or not. That was a hard part for it in Iceborne and World, is each hit of that stake would count towards your sharpness. I don't think it does that anymore. So, very good there. Okay. Next is if you're just to do one very extended combo, so full burst into a worm stake. And I am extrapolating some of this damage from other hits. You'll see it goes down to 49.1 DPS. But again, this is over almost a full 10 seconds. It kind of takes full advantage of the fact that you're getting all of that extra damage out of your shells. You're getting all of that extra damage out of your worm stake. Assuming you land everything right, extremely good. Again, there's nothing here that makes me like, oh, why is it so bad? Wyvern Fire, I'm just showing it just to show damage over time. It's going to be lower compared to the other things, but one thing to note now is you have full guarding frames while you're doing Wyvern Fire. So it's really like an alternative you theoretically could do while the monster is roaring. I do think doing the wire bug counter to Wormstake actually does end up being more damage if you can land it on the head. But if for some reason you're facing the back, say Mitsu is doing the water gun attack while spinning, it could be okay there. And here's Hailcutter. This is the wire bug attack. This was really hard to get off, by the way. I had to do a ride once and then a KO to actually get this without the wire bug ride initiating. Also, really good damage, better than almost anything else we have. Again, because it takes full advantage of the fact that you are getting a full burst out and you're finishing it with a Wormstake. It's got everything that you could possibly want going for it. So I would say Gunlance maybe more so than any other weapon I've done testing so far. Just feels good. Everything feels powerful. Nothing feels sticky. If anything, everything just feels better than I remember it. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with how Capcom has switched around just a little bit on how things flow into each other, rebalance the damage a little bit. I think it's going to be probably one of the weapons I used the most in my first playthrough. I was thinking Longsword and probably Gunlance. Those are going to probably be the two. And if you'd like to see that, now's the time to shill. Please check me out at twitch.tv/SDShepherd. I stream there every day. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. We've got almost nothing left. We're through almost everything. Maybe we'll do some great sword work. Maybe we'll do some insect glaive work. I don't know. You tell me. But otherwise, until next time, it's Shepherd saying good luck and have a good hunt.